light take on the day's topics. Hot topics. Cool tech. Technology. And your interaction. The Michael Garfield Show. Now, the world according to Garf.
Just about 12:51 here on the world according to Garf. Happy Friday to you. Last Friday of July. Glad to have you here. We're in the middle of an on-air blog Friday, and I know we got a caller or two on hold. Stand by, simmer down, because we also have some good content that we usually talk about just at this time every Friday, and it is real estate. Summer's still here. The real estate market is still hot. We always listen to Shannon Register and Register Real Estate Radio, 1 o'clock right here on KPRC Radio. But she always pops in Fridays about this time just to give us a little sneak preview. How are you today?
I am doing good.
You're always so peppy. Is the real estate industry, is it that much fun?
It's a lot of fun. You really shouldn't be in the industry if you're not passionate about it, because it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
It's kind of think about it. I've never met a realtor who's just not happy, friendly, peppy, and smiling, because that's your job. I mean, customer service. Seriously.
Customer service is big. It's very big. That's right.
A lot of repeat. You have a lot of repeat customers.
We do, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's our big business, is the repeat customers. A lot of investors and people who sometimes they don't start out as investors. They learn the process, they like it, they realize it's a great place to put their money, and they want to come back and buy more and more. So it's a good thing. Repeat
business is it's the second best advertising next to radio. That's what I tell you. But customer service is key. You're based on the north side of town, not too far from Spring. I've been to Old Town Spring. Let's talk about Old Town Spring. I pass it all the time. I'm going back and forth to Dallas. Mm-hmm. And I went there years and years ago. It's kind of like a throwback to old days. They have cute retail stores. There's a revitalization going on at Old Town Spring.
There is, yes. The Commissioner Jack Cagle's had a lot to do with this, and also the Northwest Chamber of Commerce they've actually put an office down there. So they're really trying to revitalize the Old Town Spring area, bring in some new retail stores, bring in some new, they're doing some image building, okay? And they're also doing some new infrastructure as well, because if you've been down there with a child, you realize that it's really hard to push a stroller because the cracks in the sidewalk and the roots of the trees, and you just got a lot of infrastructure issues. So they're working on all of that and bringing in some new retailers, and it's going to be really nice when they're done. They're really putting a lot of work and effort into it.
For those who don't know where Old Town Spring, where exactly is it?
It's right off of I-45, right at the Louetta exit, mm-hmm. or the 2920 exit, either one. And Old Town Spring is it's right off the freeway. It's right there. So you can go there. You can shop for clothes, there's a landscaping company, where you can buy plants. There's all kinds of little knick-knacky stores and home decorating, lots of great home decor, a lot of great things in there.
We went years and years ago, and I think probably even my kids were young enough. They probably were in a stroller, and I'm sure it's even crackier now. But I remember, it's almost throwback. It was an old type of Western type of restaurant, and it had a saloon look, maybe mm-hmm. some antiques. Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's neat. People like that. People like that right now. But
it's a fun Saturday or Sunday outing,
Why revitalization right now? Is it just, is it the infrastructure? Is it the neighborhood? Is it they need to keep up with other malls and types of areas that they want to bring people in?
Well, I think if they don't work on it, it's mm-hmm. just going to continue to kind of slide downhill, and people don't know about it. They have the big crawfish festival every year.
That's right.
And they've had a little bit less participation than they've wanted. And so they've realized that there are some things that need to be done to really build up that area. And now with all the Exxon movement coming in, the Woodlands, of course, is almost built out. And it's a really booming area. And then you've got Old Town Spring that just hasn't had a lot of attention. And so, it's time. It's time to get in there and get it going again.
Good for Jack Cagle and just get some things done.
That's right, yeah.
We like that county commissioner out there. Talking to Shannon Register. You can hear her 1 o'clock KPRC Radio every Sunday right now. This Sunday, I think one of the topics is, I was kind of overlooking some of your topics, is it's about foreclosures. And that's kind of always... That word kind of confuses me. And I don't know if it's a good thing, bad thing, if you're a buyer, if you're a seller. If you want a foreclosure, what is exactly a foreclosure, and where would you even start finding some of those things?
A foreclosure is a home that is owned, it's been purchased back by the lender. So, the lender's taken back the home because the person who lived in it didn't pay.
The bank, the mortgage company, whatever. So they took it back because the person couldn't afford it.
And HUD, these are the FHA homes, the mm-hmm. FHA loans that were taken back. So the HUD homes, there's a website, HUDhomestore.com, where you can go and see all of the HUD homes that are available in the area, in the whole Houston area. And it's a better website to go to than HAR.com. And here's why. Because on HAR.com, the house has to stay active until there's an executed contract. Mm-hmm. But on the HUD Home Store, you see the homes that are actually active and have not received or haven't executed a bid yet. So in other words, they may take a bid, accept the bid, and it'll go off of the active HUD site, but it'll still be active in HAR. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in purchasing a foreclosure, the HUD Home Store is the better place to go, because that way you know whether they're still actively taking bids or not on the home. Another interesting thing about HUD foreclosed homes is that they're going to have a waiting period. So first, the first 10 or so days, they're going to make sure that it's for people who are going to be living in the home. After that, they open it up to investors. Uh-huh. So there's a lot of ins and outs to know about purchasing a HUD home. We actually have a video on our Register Real Estate Advisors blog. It's at RREA.com. You can read it on the blog, or you can see the video rather on the blog. And it explains the entire procedure for purchasing a HUD home. Lots of people want to buy foreclosures. The word foreclosure just kind of indicates that it's an expensive property. That isn't always the case. It can be, but it isn't always the case. So if you're looking for a good deal, it doesn't mean you have to buy a HUD home. There are lots of good deals out there that aren't foreclosures. You just have to know what you're looking for.
And I was going to ask you about this because, a confusing term, and I'm going to give you an analogy over here. You see the term outlet mall, okay? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of outlet malls here around Houston area,
That's
okay?
Right.
People go, oh, my God, I got to go to outlet mall because I'm going to get a good deal. No one ever said you're going to get a good deal at outlet mall. Really what it is you've got the stores now having their own stores selling direct versus selling it through the Macy's or whatever. No one's ever said you're going to get a good deal at outlet, but it does have the connotation that the outlet is going to give you a good deal.
And sometimes you find a good deal and sometimes you don't.
Exactly.
And it's the same way with foreclosures.
Yeah, and I was going to say foreclosures, it's because, okay, so people couldn't afford, so they got to move out. The lender now, and just here's my thought process. So the lender, they want to sell that again quickly to get it off their note. So that's why I would think in my mind that, well, foreclosures, you're probably going to get a better deal than not versus somebody else selling their home. Not all the time, but potentially.
Well, and the problem with at the HUD Home Store, for example, with the FHA homes, is that you'll have multiple people bidding on the same property and it drives the prices up. So we've seen houses that are, let's say, a $150,000 house might sell for $165,000. Yes, it was listed way under, market value, but it sold maybe right at or right under market value, right? Maybe even right above market value. So, you're putting in a bid and you don't know whether you're going to get it or not.
HUD, that's our government, a bigger scam than eBay, sounds like. Just keep bidding and driving up that price. HUDhomestore.com, is
That's right. And you need a realtor. Before you even go on there and start looking, you need to get your realtor, because the realtor, if you watch that video on our website, you'll see it's a process, and you need a realtor to do the bidding for you. You need a realtor to walk you through step by step, because it is a government process, and it can be easily navigated or you can struggle through it depending on your realtor.
It's good stuff, foreclosures. I know a lot of that with times right now, people can't afford things and money's a little tight, so great advice. You have 3 days. August 1st is here, so we've been talking about this for months and months. Your contest ends August 1st for the free home staging.
That's right. If you list your home with Register Real Estate Advisors by August 1st, we'll enter you to win a full home staging. It's about $1,000 value we make over the entire house. So definitely, if your home needs to be staged, get it listed by August 1st with Register Real Estate Advisors. That's RREA.com is the website for the real estate company. And if you have real estate questions, we always answer them on the air. We have questions. We have a segment where we do call in questions on our radio show, Houston Real Estate Radio. So you can call in at 281-882-8088, and we'll answer any questions you have about buying a foreclosure.
And then you can hear yourself this coming Sunday at 1 o'clock, as you can every single Sunday with Shannon Register. Hey, great stuff. Appreciate you taking the time today. And we'll tune in this coming Sunday at 1.
Appreciate it. We're looking forward to it. And you can also watch the videos at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com.
Our videos right now.
If you missed the show at 1 o'clock, you can always watch the video.
As we smile into the camera. Wave, how you doing? It's all good. Thank you very much for coming. Great seeing you. All right, we're at the top of the hour right now. One more hour of the Michael Garfield World According to Garf Show. 713-212-5950. Whatever you got, what's your topic? Talk to me. We'll catch you on the other side.